Hi guys, here with me on MicheleMarieDalene, and today we're going to take some time to talk about something a little bit more fun and interesting. As you know, Dragonflight 9.25 is coming out soon. Now I don't know when the official release is coming out. I don't have the day, but I do know a little bit about it. Number one, the Dalaran and Lordaeron is being renovated. Two, I'm not sure how this works. All races are going to have all classes. So, which means I can be a blood elf and I can be a druid. Nice. Number 3, Dragonflight is going to be a new area to explore. And that means new area. But number 4 is the way that they apparently are going to be doing it, almost as like they want to settle the Dragonflight Isles for residency, which means possibly the beginnings of player housing. Now, besides being a Blood Elf Druid, player housing is something that I've been wanting since I started playing the game. And the reason is once you have achieved what you were doing in the game, you level up your character, especially for role playing, you want to be able to have a place where you can entertain your guests. And that's where you would have your home. With your virtual family, your barbecue, your yard, your stable where your pets are, your mounts. Now I know it's retail and that classic, like the new Lich King is going to become Lich King. That's the Lich King Classic is coming out too, but I think it might come out a little sooner. But we'll talk about that in a second. The most important thing to understand is player housing has been something like Blizzard promised us back at the time of vanilla. It never happened. Well, maybe some of the engineers finally said, hey, we can do player housing. It's not impossible. We already have virtual worlds, virtual instances. We have Torghast. We have things like this. Why can't we do player housing? It may actually be possible. So, it'll be very interesting to see how that works. So I think that maybe not too far out to Dragonflight, there will be player housing. Which makes sense. That they're building the resources into it. The renovation of Lordaeron, getting rid of the city sewers, having to go through the city sewers. Trust me, I walked in that mire and that muck, and I don't like it. Okay? I'm sure there's going to be a way to get down to the sewers. Okay? I'm sure of it. And, okay, so what is the story with that? Could Lordaeron be a sanctuary city? Well, first of all, we need to know about who's the new leader. She was an undead, but she was restored by Naru. Okay? Her name is, I think it's Caitlin Menhill. Sound familiar? Menhill Harbor? Yeah, okay. That's how I remember her name. I remember the harbor. So, Caitlin doesn't look undead. She looks quite alive. Savannah's one runner got the boot. She is no longer in Lordaeron. Turns out she's no longer either the war chief either. In fact, they don't have a war chief anymore. They have war council. Council now in retail. Now, what retail has to do is clear up some of the quests that are given by the war chief. Unless it blinks through Chromie time, then it makes sense. New quests given by Savannah Quinrider in retail makes no sense at all. Because Savannah Quinrider is no longer the war chief. Good riddance. She's a scumbag anyway. Now, next thing is that they are going to make, as I said, all classes playable by all races. Some of them may sound stupid. I'm going to talk only about two classes that for a while, one of the classes was not playable by Night Elves. That was Mage. Because remember, it was after Queen Ashara and the kicking of all the Highborn out of the Night Elf territories that Mage lost its polish. That's why if you play Classic World of Warcraft, you cannot be a Mage as a Blood Elf. I mean, as a High Elf. Or Night Elf. Now, you can be a Mage. So, it does make sense to have a Blood Elf Druid. Because maybe some of the Blood Elves have decided to re-explore their ties to nature and redeveloping a closer affinity to nature while still combining some of the skills as mages in the mix. So perhaps there could be some new Blood Elf specialization spells that a Druid could have. Now, I like Druid. I really do. I like the Druid class. I like the Druid a lot. I like being a disciplined priestess also. So it makes sense. Okay? I've always been kind of close to nature. That's why I bitched a lot about these cups. Which I'm still bitching at them for. But either way, I think it'll be interesting to see how the Blood Elf Druid is portrayed and how they are like this character classes. I don't see why we could not have a Druid. I don't see why we can't have a Shaman either. I think the two could fit in some Blood Elf missions. And there certainly could be human Druids. Why not? The humans work directly with the Night Elves. I'm sure some of the Night Elf Druid training has come down to some of the humans, and they have decided to embrace the Druid lifestyle. That makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. An Orc Druid. An Orc Shaman. know. Orc? Well, okay. I'm going to leave it alone because after all, the orcs work with the Tauren, and likewise, maybe some of the Tauren's druidic practices did influence a few orcs to become druids. Tauren rogues. Rogues are sneaky, and same with warlocks. Somehow, I don't know how that's going to work. I'm not going to sit there and say it's not going to work. I'm just saying is I don't know how it's going to work. I want to play the game and see. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works. A druid, an orc druid, an orc rogue. Sounds interesting. Now, I'm looking forward to 9.25 when it finally comes out, whenever that is. Obviously, probably later this year. I think the classic one is going to come out first. Wrath of the Lich King will probably be out first. I'm looking forward to that also. My level is character is like a level 43 discipline priest. It's her song, and she's been pretty busy doing a lot of healing and things like that. Someday I'm going to be merging some of the other alts in my game onto one or two servers. Take Michele for a minute. Michele on retail has not been played in years. Really. Oh, I log her in and I check her out, see what she's up to, but basically, that's about it. So, what I'm thinking is I might want to move her over to one of the other servers. It's $20 to move a character though, so it's really kind of hard to say. But it's an interesting idea. This top I'm wearing here is probably the closest thing that Vanya has. Although Vanya's top is a lot more pretty than this one. Even she does look like a giant bowling pin. Sorry, Vanya. I'm not much different. I'm still stocky too. So, just something to think about. So, Paul Skynet have decided that they want to try to get some World of Warcraft in the morning times on Monday and Thursdays. Well, Monday is July 4th, and so, yeah, why not? Do Monday morning, 10 a.m. to whenever, play World of Warcraft. Also, I apologize that we got knocked offline last night. That was because my computer ran out of hard drive space. And the computer had a nervous breakdown because it couldn't figure out what it was supposed to do. Seems that Apple never figured out a way to send a message to the user saying something like, are you aware you almost had our hard drive space? No, but they didn't. So, I didn't know. I think American Truck Simulator updated. I haven't played it though. I also cleared a few games out of the system too. Still need a bigger hard drive because that reason. Because this can be a problem. This can be a repeating problem. So we need to make more room on the computer. Well, anyway, so I'm looking forward to the pre-patch to 9.25 when it finally comes out, and for regular servers. And I want to play a Blood Elf Druid. I want to play a Blood Elf Hunter, which is nice. But being a Druid is nice too. Get bear form, cat form, travel form. You got some nasty stuff you can do as a feral Druid, which is kind of cool. I played as a Tauren Druid and I played as a Night Elf Druid, so looking forward to it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to the opportunity. Also, on the 11th of July, the hotspot will be starting its new data plan of 50 gigabytes of data a month, which means we'll be able to do more streaming in more places, including here. But the only problem being is that here, the one issue is there is no filtering for the music, which is playing right now. So my iPhone is going to pick up all the music and it's going to give me copyright issues over and over again unless you stream with this phone, which they certainly can do. And then just use my iPhone to read the chat. So, that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. We had a good morning show today. Never mind the pomp and circumstance and all the strange issues. I was happy with the morning show. I don't know who that person was, but that was so unnecessary what they were doing. They're calling 187 times between my home phone and my cell phone. Don't you think one phone number, one call each one would have been enough? Like for real, you know? Whatever. So, it's kind of warm out there today, but it's not too bad. So obviously I'm here. So, all I'm going to do is just let you guys go and chill out. Drink my Diet Coke. Read my messages. And say I hope you all have a good day now. I'll talk to you in a few hours. Okay? Bye-bye. Alright, guys.